States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is the Lincoln County Commission regular session on March 7th, 2019. Members present are Darrell Baker, Phoebe Carlos, Charles Vance, and Josh Sowers. The first item is to approve the minutes of our last meeting, which was held on February 7th, 2019. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of our last meeting?
Second.
Okay, the motion is second. All in favor, aye. Okay, under public comment, we have Glenn Turley.
That's me. That came up quick. I'm here tonight representing a McCorkle Community Center over at Sod, or some say Samarco, but I'm here this evening looking for a little bit of help, to be honest with you. I won't be upfront about it. We have run it the last 2 years basically on our own. The commission did help us last year with the gas bill some. We were very appreciative. But it's all volunteers. There's 9 of us, I believe, volunteers that run it. It's an old school building. It's very large. Every room has its own heater in it. So trying to keep the building warm, the pipes from freezing, even though you cut everything back, it's still very, very expensive. I laid these up there for everybody to see. And if you'll go down to the bottom, you can see how the gas bill went from $54.80 in October to now, even in January, it's $5.11. This month it's $4.63, I believe is what it is. So it's very difficult. Now, what we've tried to do, we had a group of people from the local church come in there, and we started a breakfast once a month on Saturday. And we give the breakfast as free. Now the church paid for everything for the first time, so they donated it. And we try to let people come in and eat free. Those that don't have anything, they get to eat free. Those that can donate can donate. The first 3 times, which was October, November, and December, we did good. We made some extra money and we did good. This last one, I had a little bit of competition. We just started up in March. I didn't go in the hole, but I was just barely above it, so it really didn't work out as well as we'd like. We're going to try it again in April. Also, we opened a food pantry in October. It's doing very good. It's run by a couple, and it's doing a very good job. And we sent some papers in, and she should have got it. And we had the list. We had people sign in and then tell us where they're from. And I've even got people visiting me from Clothier in Logan County looking for food. So we've got people coming. I've got people calling me from Sissonsville. I've got them from all areas out of Boone County, Lincoln County. We've got people coming in from everywhere looking for extra food. And they do set a limit on it. You're only allowed so much each time unless we just know that you're really having problems. And we do help a lot of people there. You'd be surprised. Most people, when you get your EBT card, you can't buy shampoo or detergent or bleach or toothpaste or toothbrushes. So we have a lot of people who have helped us with that, and we're able to give these people some of that so they do have a way to at least brush their teeth and wash their hair and get some of these things. Plus, they also get the food. So the pantry's going pretty good. We've actually got a grade school. It's Ramage Elementary in Boone County. Some of you may have heard of it, down on Route 17. They called us and they wanted us to come over there, and Monya and I went, and they wanted us to tell them how the pantry worked and how the outreach was working, giving away clothes. So now they've joined us. They are scheduled to come next Tuesday at 4:30. The Girl Scouts, and we're talking about 25. It's from the smallest little ones to the Girl Scouts. They're going to come and they're going to visit the center, and they're going to go through the pantry and see how we do everything. So we're connected with them, and they're also giving. So we've reached out as much as we can, but it's hard to get a hold of money. We're trying to get a 501c for us. It would help us get some grants, but no grants will pay for your utilities. I've been to Manchin's office. I've talked to some of our State House representatives. You can get grants for improvements, but there's no grants available for money. And honestly, we're at the point now, we're down, if you look at the what she's wrote down, we're down to about $1,700. That will allow me to pay this month's and maybe one more. So I'm really up against it. Hopefully the next breakfast will pick up a little bit. Once we hit, I think, $700, so we've done really good on that one. But it's really difficult trying to keep this place going. And folks, I'll be honest with you, if you look at our list that we've got, it's not uncommon for me to see 60 people each day, Tuesday and Thursday when we're open. That's a lot of people we're helping. Some of these people are so desperate, you just can't believe it. And we have a collection box there. We ask for donation. These people don't have it. Some of them don't have very much, and they'll leave $1. They don't have a lot of money. So it's very difficult to keep going and to keep the building going. You'll look on your list, it says the trash is $90, telephone, but we got to have internet because we have elections there. The internet runs us $95 a month. Water bill normally runs about $35 a month. And then all the other little things that happen and repairs are done to the building, which mostly I do when something's wrong, unless it's something really, really major, I fix. I run the sewer plant out back. I went and got my license to run the sewer plant, so it doesn't cost the county anything. One time I think it was really a high number we were paying for that guy. Now we do it and we report to the EPA, so we're keeping everything legal. And also the grass, the weeds, everything is done. You're looking at the guy that mostly does it. Occasionally I get a volunteer, but not real often. I do most of it. And I'm happy to do it. I'm pleased to do it. And a lot of people come in and they say, well, why doesn't the county commissioners help you guys? I said, listen, you don't understand. The county is in the same shape we're in. We don't have a lot of money, and I realize you don't. But if there's any way we can find a few extra dollars and help us pay these gas bills, you might save us and help us go on. I do pretty good in the summertime. You get more people to volunteer. You do pretty good. But in the wintertime, these gas bills in that old building, man, it's hard to heat. I actually went in, I might have told you the last time I was here, I actually went in, had Lowe's donate some insulation board, and I covered some of the windows up, and we've greatly improved a couple of rooms there by doing that. But it's just so old, it's hard to heat. And even though we keep the curve down, it's really, that's what's hurting me right now, is that it's going to crimp us, and the way we're going, one more month, I don't know after that. I mean, we got to be able to pay the bills before we walk away. And I hate to see it happen. This is a great building. The improvement that's happened over the last few months, we've been tremendously blessed. I'm actually out of room to put stuff. I took over the crime watch room, to be honest with you, and I filled it full of stuff. People are giving so much, you would not believe what people are giving out of this county. It amazes me that the more than this county has, how people are giving. And we've got stuff just coming in galore, we really do. And people can come and get it, it's free, it doesn't cost them anything. And I think it's just a great, worthwhile thing. And if there's any way that you can help us and help us to keep it going, I think it would be a fantastic thing.
Okay. The next thing under discussion is executive session. Let's move that on down and let the people that's here go ahead and. Okay, so Southwestern Regional Day Report Center is here for their MOU for this year.
Hi. We want to thank you guys for everything you've done to support us this year and the previous years. And the staff of the day report, Mr. Swanson from probation, we're here to ask for your continued support of your day report center for the next fiscal year. Supplied you guys with 2 MOUs. One is the grant requirement for the West Virginia Community Corrections Grant, which requires a 30% cash match from, or 30%, match from each county involved, which is Logan, Boone, Lincoln, Mingo. And then the second MOU is a resources stipend that we pay back to Lincoln County for the use of your resources. So last year, to fund your day report center, it cost the Lincoln County Commission $38,872. With that amount of money, you have employed 8 Lincoln County residents in your day report center: a day report officer, a master's level counselor, a case manager, administrative assistant, 2 drug screeners, recovery coach, and a community service supervisor.
I noticed one of your people's here. Do you care, since Josh is new, to introduce them to us?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is Cuba Aiken. She's your case manager in Lincoln County. Joe Johnson, he's your community service supervisor. You know Jerry Swanson, I'm sure. This is Ellie Donahue. She is our recovery coach, our peer support specialist, I'm sorry. This is Lakin Donahue. She is your day report officer, and new to the day report, this is, I'm sorry, I can't think of your last name. Gosh, new, Tiffany. I knew your first name. I was saying Holstein. That's Boone County. She just started Friday. So anyway, she is the administrative assistant. The two drug screeners are not, they're not with us. And Tim Denny is your therapist, and he is not with us tonight either. You're a very busy day report center. Of our 4 counties, you're probably the busiest, right with Logan, but Logan's population's a lot higher. So last year, the Day Report Center provided services to 253 citizens of Lincoln County. We do all of the drug screening for all of your court systems, circuit court, family court, also child protective services, drug court, probation. We do all of those drug screenings. And community service, we try to provide a lot of community service. As you were speaking, I looked at Joe, I said, hey, we might be able to help them out. 9,792 hours of community service in Lincoln County last year, with approximately 1,500 bags of trash collected. So a very busy community service staff too. But the most important thing that we are is that we're a diversion program, and so instead of going to jail, people come to us and we supervise them. They're drug screened. We report back to probation and the judges on a regular basis, on a daily basis. But our primary goal is to get your citizens rehabilitated and back into the community as tax-paying citizens and not in the revolving door of jail. And so that's what our #1 goal is. And we do a lot of therapy, a lot of life skills, employment skills, a lot of substance abuse therapy, parenting classes. So we stay very busy. Last year you paid $50,892 for your match, and then with our $12,000 that we paid back to you, it was, like I said, $38,892. I can't guarantee you that that's what that amount will be this year because the grant hasn't been written yet. We have to get all the county's support. We find out in July. But as you can, I sent you another sheet that shows that it's slowly declining. And we anticipate that, and so we have started billing West Virginia Medicaid, and so I'm very hopeful that next year it will be even lower, if not.
So you're asking for $50,142.85.
I don't know what I'm asking for. I'm asking for a 30% match. That just shows you over the last 5 years what
Not more than 60, right?
It will not be any more than $62,000.
Okay, that's the way we did it last year when we
Yes.
signed it up to 60.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We've never been awarded that much. I just like to show you what the top end could possibly be, but we've never been awarded that much. Just in fairness, I want to show you what the top could be.
All right, do I have a motion? Do you have it with you? Sweet? You have it? Oh, this is the original I thought? Yeah. I thought this was, okay. Well, I'm up here writing on yours.
I have another one if you need it.
I'll take it. This one. You didn't write on it. I was marking it.
Okay, that's
so I know. All right, have you all had a chance to look at it and have any questions for her while she's here, or?
I've got one, just a quick programmatic question. And you may not have this, but what kind of recidivism rate do you have with individuals that come to their report?
Our recidivism rate is pretty low. Jerry, you probably know the drug court recidivism rate.
So I don't have the current numbers.
Oh gosh, recidivism's tough. Relapse, we measure relapse through drug screens. Our relapse rate, Lincoln County's was 7.7% last year, relapse. That's remarkably good. I do believe that is because we are with these people, we are supervising these people. They're with us sometimes 5-6 days a week. So, you know, the retention rate after they leave our program, which our program, a lot of people are there for a year or 2 or 3 or 5, but after they leave us, it's a little bit harder to track because they have to be more willing to come back and let us know, you know, how they're doing.
Yeah, I just guess I meant recidivism of anybody that's repeated within the program.
We do track that at, I think it's like at 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years or something like that. You may have noticed the Supreme Court's had a little disruption in normal services. One of the people that left up there was actually our statistics person. So I don't know what the current numbers are.
That's a little harder for day report to track too, because, you know, what if they get rearrested, they don't necessarily come back to day report.
Sure.
And I don't want to give you a false number. I know what I think it probably is, but I can get it for you.
You know, commenting on that, you know, I look at a lot of different numbers from a lot of different states, from as far as being a physician and watching these type things, as far as relapse. And it's, this program here is an all-encompassing program, whereas some places they don't have, you know, they may have drug screens or this or that and this, that. But I think that we made an effort, they've made an effort, and I've sat there a few times, and to increase, I think what the product that we put out of this system here is a much better product, and it is a much more successful product than what you see in most programs across the nation. I mean, you know, you're looking at, with opiates, you're looking at 90+% relapse, you know, and it takes all those things that Judge Thompson talks about. I mean, it takes not only doing drug screens, it takes talking to these people, monitoring these people, and and I have some patients that went through the system, so, and talking with them, and this is just I don't have any numbers on it, but just in talking with them versus talking with the addicts I deal with otherwise, they know where to go. I mean, they've been instructed. I mean, they know what the consequence, which most of these other people do too, but they don't have an out. They don't have a direction to go, whereas we give them a direction to go. And I think that's the key to the success of this program is not that it's just not one lane. It's basically an all-encompassing thing, looking at their home life, you know, their interactions with other people, and if you talk with them, talk with the people who's been through this program, they'll tell you that. You know, so if nothing else, they're becoming much more educated about their problem, and I think that's what makes it so. I worry every time I see that there may be funding cut for this particular program that we're talking about, because there's nothing that we deal with more in this county that's of more consequence than those type people, and trying to get those people out of the rut they're in, because that rut's filling up quick with other people. So, but I think in what I see here, this is one of the most successful, and I've talked with, you know, several hundred doctors about it in the meantime about what we're doing, and I think that you got to start somewhere, and we're a lot farther ahead than most other people are with this. I think this was anticipated well by our people, and I think they responded really well. We've got the best thing going as far as I'm concerned, speaking not only as a commissioner, but speaking as a physician.
But to add to what Dr. Van said, our drug court is also the second largest adult drug court in the state. We have been the largest for the last several years in Capital County. The reason only by like 5. So, and we have probably the most respected drug court in the state. You know, when there's a problem comes along or a special project, they call Michelle, and Michelle's very well respected statewide, and we're one of 2 licensed behavioral health centers in the state. They report to the licensed behavioral health centers. So I think they do a wonderful job, and it's essentially for the cost of 2 people in jail a day. You know, that's what you're getting.
I would just like to add, I'm a graduate of drug court. I actually entered into drug court in 2010 on operating clandestine charge. I was also on parole out of the state of Georgia at the same time too. At that time, Miss Mary was our drug court officer, and Mr. Jerry has been there for a long, long time. I think they can both vouch to where I was at the edge of death through that. I was lucky enough, it took me 3 years to graduate. I graduated in 2013. 2 years ago, I finally got off parole out of the state of Georgia, and I am now employed by Western Regional Day Report, and I also have 7 years sober.
And my concession partner.
Y'all all seen me go through all kinds of stuff.
That's the way you do it.
Yeah. One more thing I forgot to tell you is our garden. I want you all to take the time this spring and summer to see their garden. It's behind the Day Report Center, and it is, they did a wonderful job with it last year, and it's part of a federal grant that we received through the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act. The folks in that program called Fresh Start can get college credit hours for their work in the garden through the agriculture program at Southern. And they also get college credit hours for our employment skills class and our life skills class. So that's been a huge boost for us too, to help people, you know, moving forward with educational development, career development, plus the garden. They do just a really nice job. It's worth your time to see it.
You all come down and see us.
It's actually right behind, right in front of my office, one at the town hall. People got their food.
Okay, if you all don't have any more questions, then I'll need a motion to accept the memorandum of understanding and sign it in the amount of not to exceed $60,000.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Judge Thompson wanted me to offer his apology for not being here. He just came back late last night from New York where he was observing a family drug court. So, for abuse and neglect.
Michelle, will you send me a copy of those? Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
That's not this a different.
This is to say that they'll pay us back.
You need a separate motion for that.
This other one's to say that you'll pay us the $12,000.
Yes.
Back for this past year. Is that what
It's for this coming.
this coming?
This coming year, yes.
Okay, okay. Do I have a motion for this memorandum?
So moved.
Okay, and it's in the amount of $12,000. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. There you go, Josh. You've not got this one. We give it to them, and then they'll copy. We'll give it to you, your copy, and it's fine. Yeah. There you go. All right, here you go, Mr.
Thank you
Taylor.
very much. Appreciate you all very much.
You are welcome, and thank you all, and thank you
you guys
for
for your
coming.
work.
Still leaving office space.
We know.
It's getting closer too.
How about we put it under unfinished business next time and come up with something? Miss Mary, we haven't forgot,
I
but.
did for you guys. Thought that, you know, we put an annex out back or something. And then- Thank you.
Oh, goodness. All right, the next item on the agenda is West Hamlin Volunteer Fire Department request for approval of the rate freeze presented by Chris Racer, Deputy Chief. And you all have it. I'm getting, okay. It's always weird.
It's easier.
You want a copy? What was the amount?
Thank you, man.
All right, we may need to have some discussion about this because I'm just really not sure.
I have a question, Madam President. So they're requesting the ability to bill insurance for services,
Yes.
the individual's insurance that they service.
Yes, that is correct.
Do we know if this is current practice?
Well, that was my question, is what do the other fire departments do? I mean, I don't.
He told me Hamlin did.
They did?
They did.
Yeah.
Did we approve a rate sheet for Hamlin?
That was my concern, was that we maybe need to look at the other.
We
rate
have not
sheets.
since I have been here, so we haven't approved a rate sheet for Hamlin since 2013.
And I don't know what the law is concerning, them setting rates and things like that, I'm not familiar.
I think it says in code that they have the ability to
Mary
do it
attached
up
it.
to,
Yeah.
Mary attached the code to the.
yeah, the code is on
Okay,
it.
Yeah,
I just
That-
haven't.
That they can bill up to,
Shall not exceed 1,500 per accident or incident,
So,
whatever you want.
do you feel that the other fire departments have that same code they're following? Because I mean, then it would be, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, they would have the same code. Now, I don't know if they all do this, though. No, I don't know that.
I mean, I guess my question is one of consistency. If we're approving a rate sheet for West Hamlin, then I would presume we would need to do that for other entities.
Anybody else that was building.
Right.
Guyan River does not bill, I know that.
we haven't
I
done
know
this
what
since
that-
I've been on the commission. Can
Yeah,
you recall?
well,
when
we
you-
have, like I kind of mentioned a while ago, I work mostly with emergency services as far as ambulances and things like that. And the thing that I would feel more comfortable about it is maybe we need to send a letter to the other fire departments and say, you know, can you send us the information you have on what you do with going on these? And that way, we want to be, we want to make sure we maintain something, the same thing across the whole county, I think, instead of having this one charging this and this one charging that and things of that nature. And I think, you know, most of the insurance companies are probably like that too, so we have some idea of where we're at with those things.
We
Do we-
can do that.
Do we know, I mean, these are maybe questions if we look at what other entities are doing, but do we know how they came about
No.
this proposed rate sheet?
That might be a good letter to ask them, I mean, since, or have one of them come in to talk with us next time, just to, so we can ask those questions of them.
I would think probably hours on scene for past incident, probably, I would think, and because I didn't say 1,500.
It can't exceed.
It's a not to
Can't
exceed,
exceed,
right?
so.
So is this something that is required for the commission to do before these entities can do this?
I don't know if this is before, but it is required for you all to approve it.
It says this in the code that the commission, has to approve it.
And like I said, I just would feel better if I knew what the other departments were doing and be consistent with what we do with one and do with them all.
Well, we'll fix up a letter and send to all of them to see if they're billing, what they're billing, and then we'll put it under unfinished business. I don't know, we'll try to get it before the next meeting, but.
Where I might just do it. Come over and present them, but I can ask if the other fire departments do.
Yeah, well, because, you know, the other fire departments too, you know, may benefit from this too. You know, I mean, us being consistent, they may not be doing things they are legally allowed to do.
Right.
Food losses and things.
And kind of ancillary concern of mine is, I mean, this is the first time I've been exposed to this type of proposal, and my question would be is, could this, if this is not, you know, I don't know if this is high, if this is low, I'm not sure, and could that adversely affect premiums for Lincoln County residents if this was not on par with something that?
Plus, like I said, I think we need to understand how they arrived at those numbers, you know, I mean, where they, we don't know without being able to ask somebody or them give us some information about that. Like I said, I think what we do for one, we do for all, that way people in different areas aren't penalized or something of that nature, not unintentionally penalized.
All right, well, we'll table it then and put it under unfinished business. Mary, I think you could try to probably get a hold of him and see if he wants to come. All right. Lisa Wells, Region 2. Another drawdown.
Another drawdown.
Okay, before we get into this, Mud River, are they done?
Almost. Right now they have been disinfecting and testing the lines. My understanding at the PSD meeting last week, when we got the engineer's report, they ran into several leaks. Particularly even one under one of the river crossings, where they pulled the pipe out, because apparently it's don't ask me how that works specifically, but the pipe just slides in to a larger piece under the river. And it appears that there was some vandalism to the pipes before they went in. It appeared to be bullet holes, small, they have pictures. So they've replaced those pipes and they're continuing to do that. So